Hey guys, it's Miss Sebastian. So we're going to look at Unit 1, Lesson 2 today. Okay, and so our first type of questions that you may see on the assessment, it says a small town surveys 250 adults, 180 of which are parents, okay, about whether or not a park should be expanded. The results showed 150 of the adults with children, okay, and 40 of those without thought the park should be expanded. So should the park be expanded, we need to put this information in a two-way table. Okay, so we know that there are 250 adults total. 180 are parents. Okay. Then it says 150 of the adults with children think the park should be expanded. So 150 say that they should be expanded, and 40 without children think the park should be expanded. So those would say yes. So we know that 180 total are parents. If 150 said yes, we would say 180 minus 150 gives us 30. Now, we don't know what goes in this box yet, okay, but what we'll do is we'll use this total number. So we know that there are 250 total minus 150 and 30, that's 180, so minus 180 equals 70. So there's 70 left, but 40 of those are already taken care of. So 70 minus 40 equals 30. So 30 is going to go in this box. So now we've completed that two-way table. Okay, let's look at another one. This two-way table shows poll results for the number of people who live in the city or the suburbs and who own a cat or dog. Of the people polled, how many live in the city? So the city is right here. Okay? So it's this whole thing. Okay, that's that whole row. So to find out the total that live in the city, we're just going to add the two values, 8 plus 4, and I do get 12. So 12 people live in the city. Okay, let's look at this bottom one. The two-way relative frequency table shows the relative frequencies of 9 and 10-year-olds who prefer superhero A or B. What percent of 9-year-olds prefer superhero B? So I'm going to look at 9-year-olds, and I'm going to go over to superhero B. Okay, and I have this, and it says the relative frequency is 0.625. So I'm going to change that to a percent. Remember, when we change to a percent, we move it over to the right 2 spots, and it is 62.5%. So 62.5% of 9-year-olds prefer superhero B. Okay, let's look at this one. This one says the two-way relative frequency table shows the relative frequencies of girls and boys who chose peanut butter or ham sandwiches. What percent of the people who chose ham, so I'm going to look at this column, are girls? So I'm going to look just at the girls, and I do get 0.375, but since we're looking for a percent, we have to change that, move it to the right 2 spots, and we do get 37.5%. The reason that we move the decimal to the right 2 spots is because this 0.375 is the same as 375 over 1,000. Okay, and we do want to change it to a part of 100. That's how we get 37.5, because a percent is part of 100. Okay, and our last one for this one. A random sample of 240 park users were asked if they could go to the park more often on weekdays or on the weekend. The results are shown in the table. What type of association does the table show between the weekend use of the park and the gender? Okay, so if we look here, we would say 10 out of a total of males. Okay, there's a total of 60 males and a total of 180 females. It looks like 10 out of 60 or 1/6, and 30 over 180, which is 3/18 or 1/6. Okay, it looks like 1/6 of the users would rather go on the weekend, but it is not a difference for gender. So it's 1/6 of the participants would rather go on the weekend. Okay, thank you guys, and I hope this helps with Unit 1, Lesson 2.